It's Monday afternoon, the 19th of October 2020, just 3 days after the spectacle of Senekal in the Free State. And I'm sitting with Duvenhage, the man who was responsible for the cross being planted and the hats and caps being laid at the scene where Brendan Horner's body was found in Senekal. And Essia, you've just returned from the Free State, from a very emotional trip for you, very traumatic. We stood at that cross on Friday afternoon after the events in town, and the tears were running. And today you received the news that a very close friend of yours, Gerrit Stander, has been brutally murdered in the early morning hours and passed away in a hospital in White River around about 7 o'clock this morning. How do you deal with that trauma that has now been added onto Senekal for you?
It's tough to make sense. I think the human brain is designed to try to make sense, and there's no sense in this situation. I know the family extremely well. I grew up in White River with them. His grandfather was the most loved person in town, and his grandmom always gave us sweets when we come to Spa. It was their business. The biggest business in the town was theirs. His mom's always played the organ in church. It's beautiful people. I can't imagine what's going through their world at this stage. What breaks me apart is the fact that I stood with Brendan's soaking blood in the sand when we put the cross in a few days ago, and the Minister of Police promised that give him 3 weeks and all will be well. It was 3 days and nothing is well. This government is not honest. They are a government that's falling apart in themselves, and try to buy time. We can't push our people in a situation where we try to play for peace, play for time. There is no time anymore. So if people are going to take the law in their own hands, it's to survive. It's no war talk. We can't, there's money for SAA, but there's not enough money to fight crime and terrorism against our people in this own country. How on earth is this government going to get control and bring peace to this country? So if they can't do that, we need to get our ducks in the row and safeguard ourselves.
You know Gerrie very well. You grew up in front of his family, and you're traveling to White River tomorrow to be with them. A very difficult time ahead for them and for you as well. What do you want to say to those parents, to those families, those loved ones that have been, whose world have been rocked by this brutal attack?
I think it's a kind of, obviously it's very close to home, and I didn't realize at this stage I couldn't deal with this. Hopefully on my way there I will start working through that. But what I experienced with the family of Brendan is it was tough for me to drive up all the way from Gordons Bay. Didn't know anybody here. Go to the farmer where he was killed. Ask if we can put a cross there. Slowly but surely, when we were busy, his family pitch, and you feel like it's holy ground. Who are you to step in there? To go to people that's life was destroyed so brutally, and say you want to put a cross there and you want to bring caps in. But my experience was, because we did it with so much soul with them, that they really appreciated the service that we arranged for them on Friday. Not just the crying, but the fact that I had the opportunity to walk with his mom to the cross and keep her there while she cries with you. I think, please don't think you step on ground where you are not welcome. The people need our support. The people need your hug, your care. And I think that's what we are supposed to do now. Let's open our hearts to those people that's life been destroyed by the brutal way of Africa and the way we've been treated for the last 20 years with the government that have no sympathy with what's going on. If you don't do that, probably nobody's going to do that.
This year from the farmer side, I've spoken to many of them, and they say that for 20 odd years they've been drawing up petitions, they've had marches and bike rallies, etc., to the union buildings. They've asked questions in Parliament, and government has not really responded in a effective way. Government has given them platitudes, and government has made promises, and government has drawn up plan after plan for rural security, but nothing has really borne fruit. And now that a farmer protest at the court in Senekal turned what government terms as violent, which technically it was, but in the South African context not so much, suddenly government reacts. Is that the way forward, do you think, in this country?
I hope not. I really hope it's not necessary for us to behave in that way. It's not part of the upbringing. We're not violent people. But at the end of the day, if nothing else helps, we have no other opportunity to take responsibility, not just for our lives, but our future. If you know you've done all you could to get your message across, a lot of the people bought into the whole new Rainbow Nation thing. The Rainbow Nation is up in flames. There's nothing left. Hatred, racial hatred, it's much stronger than it ever been on apartheid. The government is failing everybody in this country, not just the farmers or the whites. It's a terrible country to live in. And if everybody think that the ANC, that had this country with all this money and riches and made a mess of this in the way they have done, will come and save us now, they are in for a big surprise. And that's the sad thing of this whole thing. They're playing politics. They stole most of the money. This country is bankrupt middle next year. So what do you think is going to happen? The lives, people say, if you kill a farmer, you will stop getting food. To kill a farmer is to kill a person, one of the citizens. It's got nothing to do with food. Nobody is supposed to be killed. And we need to stand up. And the people that think the UN or some other country is going to fly in here and sort our troubles out is in for a big surprise. If we don't sort it out by ourselves, nobody is going to do.
This year, you are wearing a black armband, which is traditionally worn for people in mourning. You started wearing it just after the murder of Brendan Horner. And it's part of a campaign for you, the wearing of the black armband. What is your message with that?
I think what we want to achieve is we are a nation in mourning, and we need to get that message across. I think it's such a beautiful thing. It was a tradition for 300 years in the Afrikaner community. If a close family died, you were doing this to show to the people in the community that you are in mourning. So obviously you treat that people differently. They are sore, they need a hug, they need care, and that's what our people need now. My idea is you get all this crosses and stuff for cancer and so many things. This is the way we're going to treat the murders from now on. And my call will be, we are a nation that had a vow with God on the 16th of December. We will wear this until the 16th of December, a nation in mourning, and we will come together at the 16th of December with the day of the vow, and we will take the vow again to our God. And from there on, we will take it off and make our stand.
Asia, thank you very much. I can see that this is a very emotional time for you. Good luck with your travels to White River tomorrow. Good luck with the arrangements that you're going to be part of there and being with Gerrie Stander's family. And thank you for taking the time to speak to us in this very difficult period for you.
Thank you so much.